Okay, so hello everyone. My name is Vatsal Garg, and I think you already know my name. So let me give you a little bit about my introduction. So right now I have the 5 year of experience in mostly in a backend and the infrastructure part. Right now I'm working as a software developer as a SD3 in Oracle Cloud, and I'm the part of the infrastructure team which is going to design the data science in the cloud region, mostly in Saudi Arabia and the Gulf regions. And apart from it, I have experience in a MobiQuick as in their payment gateway. So basically, they have their own payment gateway with the ZackPay. So I was a part of their uh, I was a part of their ZackPay team, and I was handling the two mentees under me, and we have actually built the feature which is handling around 300 crores of payments on a daily basis. And before that, I was the part of the Nagaro. As all of you know, that Nagaro is a service-based company. So you can say that I have the experience in all the uh, I think the major types of company, service-based company, and the startup type, and also right now as a big MNC product. So you can also ask me about the questions about like how's the working experience and what is the difference and which is the better to choose. Definitely there is a many different reasons you can adopt it to which type of company you want. And apart from it, my tech stack always I always love to do coding, and in the all language Java, C++, Python. And apart from it, I am also be keen into the infrastructure part. So that's why I was I have two choices. One from the Amazon that has a team from the backend team, which is a completely core backend. And in Oracle, I have the infrastructure team, which is going to give me the infrastructure part as well. So basically, we are going to handle the infrastructure in a Gulf region, and so that's why I've choose the Oracle instead of Amazon. So yeah, that's a little bit about me. So how's the life going on for all of you? Okay, good. And any other thing? Is only the Kirti life is going good. Other are comparing with others on LinkedIn. Okay. Okay, good, Fatima. Yep. Yep. And that's actually the all the things that we need in a life. because because work is going to happen, but the life should be going as a good. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Let me share my screen. Let me know if you can see my screen. Hope everybody can see my screen. Okay. Okay. Great. Great. Okay. So let's begin the session. So basically, today's session is the mastering of the art of the algorithm. So, do you know like what is going to happen in this algorithm? Like, do you have any idea of like what we are going to do in this, and what we are going to achieve in this and in this 2 hour session? So, do you have any kind of an idea? Okay. Any guesses? Yep. Okay. 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 Let me. Okay. 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 Good. Okay. This is your first meeting, Metab. Okay. So let me give you the agenda. So basically, today we are going to be give you the brief about the first of all the about the algorithms. What is an algorithm? What is an algorithm, and what is the importance of algorithm? Why we have to choose the algorithm part? Like if you want to be the part of the big product based company or any dream company like Google or any other things. So that's the why they are always asking the algorithm, that they are why they are not asking the about the only technological specific part. Why always they specify and focus all the other companies on a algorithm part. So we will in the introduction we will first try to understand that part. Now that's the thing. So since this is a 2 hour session, so basically I have choose some design patterns. Okay, so design patterns, I think all of you who has been here, or maybe maybe have a little bit about the information about the DSA. DSA has many things like the array, string. There are many techniques, backtracing, graph, SQL, DP, and there is a many techniques, the depth first, breadth first. There is a lot of things. And if you are going to cover that, it is going to take a huge things. And I think the Geekster is doing the good in that. But apart from it, I have taken some things there that around 15 or 20 patterns, but I have choose the most two patterns which I have faced in many interviews. Even I have asked many interview. I have as many students, even for the fresher or for the up to the 3 year of experience. I have asked these kind of questions from these two patterns. So these are the most two important patterns. After these session, I will be guarantee you are going to solve around even the hard question with these patterns. And these patterns, let me tell you, this question is asked me in Amazon, Microsoft, and also there is a one question is coming from the sliding window protocol in the Google also. So as you know that Google does not going to ask you the question from the internet. It is they are going to always give you their new question. So that's why these two patterns I have choose. But yes, if there is going to be further session going on, then definitely I will going to choose the more patterns, which is going to be definitely useful. So let's start. So okay, so let's start with the introduction. So okay, so what do you understand by the algorithm? When I say algorithm, what's first thing that comes into your mind? Anyone? Any guesses? Or we have to face like this, like we don't getting anything? Any definitions, any algorithms, like you are thinking like when you are going to math problem solving? Okay, good. Step by step process of code, good. Okay. Way of pattern, how to code, okay. Any other? Okay, step to solve the bigger problem. Okay, logic. Okay. Okay. So there's many answer, but I think all of you are correct in a way. But the only I think the very simple answer is that algorithm is nothing, just a simple lines of instructions. Okay. So for the computer, so it is going to be only the simple set of the lines of instruction which is going to be execute in an order. Okay, so that's only you have to understand. Algorithm is nothing like you have to create a logic or no, it is not regarding that it should be short or something like. We will going to be optimize it further. That is the different part. But if it if it is comes to the algorithm, it is the only thing that is a set of the instruction which is going to be executed order by order. And for getting the result, the order is really important. Suppose if you want to cook anything, like suppose if you want to make a tea, and if you don't follow that set of instruction, then definitely your tea is not going to get the desired result. If you don't add the sugar amount, the right amount of sugar, if you don't add the right amount of tea leaves, so it is going to be definitely problem, and it is not going to give the desired result. So for the tea making process, it is going to the set of instruction you have to follow. So algorithm is the same thing for the computer. It is going to the set of instruction which computer is going to follow, which we are going to provide. So this is as simple as that. So we don't have to provide anything. We don't have to do anything. Just we have to give the set of instruction, and computer is going to be our CPU is going to be execute that. That's all. Is it? So have you got it? So what is that? So basically, definitely we are going to, this is going to be second step. We are going to optimize it further. We are going to put some very good logic. And we are going to, what I can say, the systematic way. All these things is going to be a second thing. This is going to be the very complex definitions. Think in a simple way. What is an algorithm? Algorithm is a set of the instructions. Okay, which is going to be executed in a orderly fashion. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so now all of you have to tell me what is the importance of algorithm. What is the importance? Okay, to understand the code easily. Okay. Clarify then if suppose if I write the code in other language, or if I write the code with some advanced topic, then it is going to be difficult. If doesn't know about them, then it is going to be difficult, but that is going to work. That is not thing like it is going to be important. Okay. Okay, good. Yeah. Okay. So basically now the importance of algorithm is going to come, like as I told you, the algorithm is the basically the set of the lines of instruction, which is the executing order by order. So this is a line of the things which you have to say, like somebody is going to ask you, like somebody is going to ask you, like a child of suppose he was in third or fourth class, he was going to ask you like, what is an algorithm? Why do you doing that? So basically the answer should be like, normally think it is a set of the instruction, which is we are going to give you the computer. Okay. Now, what is the importance of that? Basically, what is the importance of algorithm? Importance of algorithm is that we are going to provide the set of instruction. Now, here we are going to give us our logic. We are going to optimize it. We are going to see how we are going to optimize the algorithm for the computer so that it can reduce the resources, it can reduce our time in the desired time. Okay. So now that's why it is the importance of algorithm design. Okay, it is a very, very important thing. Now the algorithm design is come into the picture. That's why we are all of us are here, and all of us all the product based company are working because of the algorithm design, because we have to use our, because all of you know that we have the limited resources, like in our laptop also. You think that this is our resources, we can execute any number of commands, any number of inputs with the n inputs, and we can resource any number of software and a simple computer. So it is also going to be exhaust. You can see that, like sometimes it is going to be even the MacBook also, like we all see that the MacBook is very optimized thing, but they are also going to be stuck if we are going to run many software, if we are not optimizing the resources. Okay, so that's why the algorithm is really important when we have the limited number of resources. Okay, now suppose if yes, correct, Sachin. So basically also it is going to be stored. Now this is going to be our second thing, like the importance. Definitely the importance is about the resource. Now the second thing, it is going to be the sub process of the resource. Now we are, suppose if we are using the Google map and we want to reach from point A to point B. Now when we are using Google map, Google always try to give us the shortest way and also give us that way which is going to save us the time. Okay, so we as a human, we all wants to save us the time. We want to reach the destination faster, easily, without a traffic jam. Then the Google algorithm give us the correct and optimized approach to reach that. So what is that? So what is the time what is the thing which is in the terms of the algorithm thing? When we are doing the simple normal questions, what the term we are generally used to call this? Anyone? Like, what is the term when we try to save the time, when we try to analyze the time? What is the term we are generally used to call in the DSC? Complexity. And what type of complexity? Time complexity. Correct, Mohan. So time complexity, yes, time complexity is the one when we are trying to analyze the data structure, when we try to analyze our algorithm, the set of instructions we have provided, how many time it is going to take, how many resource, how many CPU cycle it is going to take. So basically, in the terms of CPU cycle, we are not going to discuss the like when we are terminating in human terms. When we are discussing or when we are analyzing that, we are not going to discuss in the terms of a human thing, like how many cycle CPU cycle it is going to take, how many the gigahertz cycle it is going to take, because for the every machine, for the every computer, the CPU cycle is going to different, then the time is going to different. So that's why we are given as the time complexity, as a time complexity in the terms of a number of operations that algorithm is going to proceed. So this is going to be generalized term for all the algorithm. Suppose if we are with the help of time complexity, suppose the Mohan and Mohit has that supercomputers, and me, I have only the some local maybe the Windows or maybe a very basic configuration computer, and we are trying to run the same algorithm. And or maybe my algorithm is very optimized, but the Mohit and Mohit and maybe the Mohan computers are super fast, and but the result is going to become faster for the Mohit's computer. But for me, it is going to take time. Even my algorithm is may very much is optimized. So for this kind of confusion, do not create. Basically, there is a term we are going to get when we are saying the O of n, big O of notation of n. What is the big O of notation of n is going to denote? it is going to denote the number of number of executions present in that algorithm. So this is going to be helpful, like how many times of that loop, or how many times of that how many of number of times this execution is going to process. So that's why the time complexity we are going to denote in O of n. So okay, has everybody got it? Why we have taken the time complexity in O of n, not in the terms of CPU cycles, not in the terms of other things. Okay. So whenever you have heard anything like this, like the time complexity, always try to go back to the history. Like why the time complexity has come, why we need that, because we have the supercomputers, we have the now, if you think from the from I think the 10 years or 20 years back, now we have the very fast laptop. Why we have to worry about that? We have the, even now we have the every company, every product based company, even the very small companies, also the new startup is also going to host their program on the cloud. Why they have to worry about the algorithms? Because they have the huge power, they can increase the CPU, they can increase the core of the CPU, they can do the multi-threading. So why we do that? So always think about in a way, when you get any question, this is not about only the DSA, this is about the anything you learn. This is then how you are going to do and get into deep. Okay, so that's I think that's the last thing I want to tell you, but that's the only thing which I have seen here. When you are seeing the time complexity, I generally see the people in the or the fresher, even the experienced people, when I ask you why the time complexity has came, they are not giving me the exact answer. So that's the thing. I think there's a lag behind all of us. Like we are generally don't want to go into the depth why this thing is coming, why we are learning this, and what is the motive of that. Okay, and now the second thing in the algorithm is a space complexity. Okay, so why we need the space complexity? Now I want to answer from all of you. Why we are calculating the space complexity? And why we are not relying on the resource now? When we are also saying for the space complexity, we are also saying on in the terms of big O notations, or the notations only, the omega notations, or all the other things. Why we are not saying like I have taken this much of MB? I think all of you should answer this now. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. How much data the program is consumed? Okay, Sachin. Ashwak, okay. So space complexity is used in the terms how much the algorithm takes space in the memory. Okay. Anybody else? Okay, so Sachin, when you are saying how much the data the program is going to be consumed, what do you mean by that? So suppose if my program is going to take 20 MB of space, so it is going to be same for the other computer as well. Okay, how much the data of the algorithm consume? Okay, short spec encoding. Okay, Sanjeev has given the very short answer. Okay. Okay. So basically, or your answer is also correct, but that is not a correct thing. Okay. I'm expecting more in a detailed manner. So basically, what is the space complexity? Okay, Mohan, but I think this is not related to any space thing. Okay. Okay. So basically, what is the space complexity? So space complexity is like, as I told you, algorithms. Why we need the algorithm, optimized algorithm, because we have the limited number of resources. We want to be serve as a faster thing. We want to give the user the faster result. Okay. So now come to the space complexity. Why we are when we are using the space complexity, why we are giving the answer in the terms of big O notation? This is my question. Why are not giving the answer in the terms of MBs, GBs? When you are giving an interview to like any company, why are not saying like this is going to take the 20 MB for this kind of input? And you can also calculate that easily, because you know that the data type of that your language. So why we are not answering the terms of MBs? Okay, Ashwak, to reduce the space consumed by the program. That is actually the why we need the space. But I am saying that my question is that why the space complexity is we are giving in the terms of O of n, the big O of n. Why not we are giving in the terms of MBs? Okay, that will be the quick response. Okay. Okay, the interview can give you 5 minutes more to get the answer in MBs. That that is not a thing. Okay. Because it is the best case. Mohit, no, actually, and when we are trying to that, it is the worst case actually. It is not a best case. So, have you understand my question? Okay. I am very new to software. I don't, okay. Okay. No. Okay. Okay. Okay, Harsha. So basically, we are right now discussing the very basic thing. Okay, so I was okay. So I was thinking like all of you know about the space and time complexity. That's why I am discussing this thing. But I think Harsha, you can definitely record. You can go back to this recording session, and you can also get to know about most of the things in knowledge. So just going with this, we are going to just this software things. We are going to end this very thing. This is the last thing I want to discuss, everyone. Okay, so basically, why we are using the O of n notations? Why we are okay, sure, Harsha. I think the Geekster definitely provide you that. Okay. Okay. We will definitely discuss again for the time and space complexity. So let me discuss for the space complexity. Why we are using the space complexity in the terms of n? Why not in the terms of an MBs? Okay. So first of all, or in the terms of GBs or in the terms of bytes. So basically, first of all, when we are trying to calculate the space, as you know that for the language specific, the data types is not fixed. Okay. So even for the Java, if you take an example of the Java, for the different system, that size of that variables is going to be vary from system architecture to architecture. Even from the same OS, like suppose if you are the Linux and we have the very different number of flavors in the Linux. So if you are going to use the different number of flavors, then for the every flavor, for the every architecture internally, there are going to be different variable size. So this is not going to give us a general size. So suppose suppose if it's Sanjeev and I am giving the same algorithm and we are actually presenting it but suppose if I am saying that my algorithm is going to take 20 MB on my laptop and Sanjeev is going to say like it is going to take 10 MB, then always and then everybody is going to say like that Sanjeev is algorithm is good because the code and optimization time complexity is same, but the space complexity is the Sanjeev is taking less. But it can happen like definitely happen that Sanjeev is going to use a different architecture. That's why it is taking the less number of space. Okay, so that's why we are in the terms of giving the general answer. In also in the giving of the like general answer, like how much space it is going to take for the n number of inputs, we are going to give us this kind of an answer in the general terms. Okay. But if you're going to like right now, I think this is a very a big thing for right now. This is not I think the topic to discuss. But yes, when you are going to discuss, when you're going to learn about the low level design or high level design, then in there we are going to discuss a space complexity in the terms of GBs, because we are not going to discuss about the number of times of execution. We are going to discuss the infra. So there we are going to discuss everything in the terms of bytes. That's why time and space complexity. So basically what I have told you, the time complexity, what is the time complexity? Yes, correct, Mohan. So basically time and space complexity. So basically time complexity is a way. So basically what we are going to have, the time complexity is a way to get the number of executions it is going to take for the algorithm to execute in order. Okay. So what is the time complexity? Time complexity is the number of execution it is going to take for n number of inputs to give us the correct answer. So this is the time complexity. And for the space complexity, what would be the definition? Space complexity is going to be the number of what I can say, the number of variable used or number of space for used. Space in the terms of it can be the anything. Or definitely it is going to be stack space. It is going to the heap space, not going to come from your hard drive or anything. But space complexity is number of your space or your n effective executions. N effective execution is going to take to get the answer. to store the answer. So basically the number of executions, the algorithm, now the algorithm definition is going to come picture. The number of execution is going to help us to calculate the time and space complexity. So always remember that, because what is happen when you try to drive the time and space complexity of any algorithm, we are in kind of in hurry. We always seen like the loop is running n times, so it is going to be n time. If there is a two loops, a nested loop, then it is going to be n square. It is not always true. Okay, so it is depend on number of execution, how much is it is going to take. Suppose if we are going to use the two nested loop, and one loop and other loop are going to iterate over the same variable, then it is going to take the O of n time, no? It is going to, because they are the how they are going to write it, because they are incrementing the same variable, so it is always going to take the n time. Okay, so it is depend on the number of how much the number of execution of the algorithm. Okay, so everybody is clear on this? Okay, good. Okay, great. Okay, now we are going to come to our main topic, which is our coding design patterns. Okay, so why we are, so now my question is like, why we are using this coding design pattern now? Why I'm not giving you the something like the we are going to do the questions on the arrays, string, backtracking, or graph, any like this. Why I'm choosing this coding design pattern? So do you know anything like about any coding design patterns? Have you used anything like beforehand? Have you hear this thing, anything from internet, from YouTube, from any other part? Okay, Bharti. So can you tell me? Anybody else who know about the coding design patterns? Like why we use that? Okay, Akhtarli. Yeah, Mohammed. Yeah. Okay, like gaming and some creations. Okay, Bharti. So Sonu, yeah. Can you tell me where we use the coding design patterns? Okay. So let me give you the answer. Okay. So basically, okay. So I hope all of you have tried at least the one algorithm. At least the one algorithm. It can be like, have you done anything like the questions on array? All of you? Like the basic problems on array? Okay, Ashfaq, good. Anyone else? Sachin, good. Okay, good. Okay. So why we are doing that practice? When we are doing the DSA, why we are doing the practice? What we are trying to achieve? Suppose when we are doing the practice on maths, what we are trying to achieve in that? When we are doing like always our teachers always try to say that like we have to create, we have to find we have to do around 100 problems, 50 problems on this topic. So why always they say that like we have to do this number of questions, and why we are always like the like we have the Geekster Academy, why they are going to give us the all number of problems, why they are not going to give us the array 2-3 problems, like you do this and then you are going to create you are going to definitely going to crack the good company. Why they are always focusing us to give us the more number of questions? Correct, Jana, to analyze the pattern of the question. So for me, okay, to hands-on knowledge, but the correct answer is to solve and find the patterns. Okay, when we do lot of practice, okay, so definitely you know that the question is not going to be same. We have to identify the pattern. Okay, over what is I understand in my language. Okay, so I thought this is like a sports. Okay, DSA is like a sports. Treat it like a sports. Okay, and all the things, the array, string, and other thing, it is going to be your weapons. And when you are doing practice, for the interview, it is like you are going to be in a field and you have to use your all the weapons, and you have to use your practice, which is going to help you to identify the patterns. Then with the help of patterns, you are going to use that your weapon and try to kill that question. And with the help of killing, you are going to win. You are going to get the good amount of package. You are going to definitely sort your life. and this is going to definitely thrill thing. Like if you think about it, it is why I'm saying that it is like a sports. I know it is not like a kind of physical sports. We always hear to like that. We are always have a imagination of like a sports, but compare it to the chess. Okay, like in the chess, we have the number of moves. You are going to have the number. You know the all the moves of the pawn or all the other members of the chess. But when you are going to come to a DSA, so think like that it is a chess. Okay, solve as many of problem as you can do. If you think in that way, then definitely you are going to good in that sports. You are going to identify the patterns. Okay, when we are going to identify the patterns, it is going to help us easily to understand what is the problem and what pattern and what type of weapon we are going to use, what type of what I can say, like in the terms of chat, what kind kind of the step I have to choose. Okay, and it is not like we are going to have the only one weapon you have to choose. Maybe we have to use all the weapons in that question. There is a okay. Let me tell you one scenario. There is one question which I got in a Google in the last round. That was actually I'm not able to solve in that interview. But when I after that interview, when I solve and while I look at it, it is taking the three algorithms: the heap with the BFS and also the DFS. So all the three things we have to use, then we have to answer this question. Okay, so this was a really great question. Okay, although I am not able to get the last question, but all the other things which I am get to thrill, that this kind of question is going to help us to identify the all other questions. Okay, and identify the patterns. It is going to give us a thrill when you face any problem, when you face any failure. Always try to learn things. Okay, when you like suppose if you are going to get any interview, you are not able to do well, try to remember that question. Always when the interview ends, try to write that question like on the paper, on the Google sheet. After that, just try to solve it. It is going to so much pleasure. Okay, because suppose if you are not going to do it first time, definitely you're going to clear in second time, third time. And everybody, I think in a Google also, like many members who have met, even Oracle, my lead is also from the Google. He told me like he got into Google the 3 times, and he also told me like the working in a Google is like a normal thing, like we are going to Oracle. Okay, so but definitely it is going to thrill, and it is definitely going to be good when we are trying to solve more patterns and with your weapons. Okay, so why I have choose this coding design pattern thing. Okay, so for me, like if you want to be very try to learn the quick things, try to identify the patterns. Okay, so there is around 20 patterns which is actually famous. If you get any question and if you don't know how to solve this with the help of design pattern, it is going to take you around I think 10 minutes to identify the pattern. If you don't have practice and if you don't know about that pattern, like you are going to what you are going to do, you are going to use your all weapons. How I'm going to solve this, how I'm going to solve that. Okay, I'm going to use that. So to save this time, to save 5 to 10 minutes, what I am going to give you, I'm going to write down the 2 patterns. If you are going to face this problem, you are don't have to think about it, like act like this, like act like interview you are thinking. But after 2 minutes, just give this solution, like just give this pattern and with the name, and also you can solve this question in I think the 10 minutes with the correct optimized approach. Okay, so that's why we are doing the coding design pattern here. That's why I have not used any kind of a DSA topic. I have directly used the coding design pattern. So everybody is excited? Okay. Okay. So now we are going to come to the first question. So this is the our first question. So basically, what we have here, we have our array, and we have we have to find out the average size of the continuous array of the size k. Okay, so what I mean by that, suppose if the size of the k is 5 and we have to find out the average of the first 5 elements. So what is going to happen? 1 plus 3 plus 2 plus 6 plus minus 1, it is, and divide by 5. So it is going to give us the 2.2 as an answer. So we have to do for every 5 elements, then we are going to get the answer. Have you understand the question? Or should I give the another? Should I give the another? Should I give the another example here? Okay. Some of the first 5. Okay. Okay, Bharti, do not understand. Okay, so basically what we have to do. Okay, let me give you an example. Okay. 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 So let me give you an example. I am writing on the chat. Okay. So basically what we have suppose we have the array size. Let's take a array size of suppose the 5 elements. We have the 1, 2, 3, and 4 and 5. Okay. Just okay. Let me check suppose we have the array size of 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. Now, and the k is the size of the 2. Okay. So now what we have to provide, we have to do the sum of 1 plus 2. Okay. Divide by 2 and give us the answer. Like in this case, it is going to give us the, okay, 3 by 2. And now, okay, so we also have to provide in the terms of floating. Okay. So now in this case, it is going to provide 1.5. And after that, I am going to take the 2 plus 3 divide by 2. It is going to be 5 divided by 2. It is going to give me 2.5. Okay. So basically in this manner, I have to I have to return the array, which is going to take all the k size sub array and give us the average of that. So Bharti, have you understand the question? And Ibrahim also? Ibrahim, you are also able to understand the question now? Or should I give you another example? Bharti, are you there? And anybody else? Everybody can hear me? Okay. Okay, Neha. Okay. So let's give the brute force approach first. Or any kind of solution you want to provide, like what's coming to what's first thing comes into your mind, like after seeing this question. It can be wrong as well. Like we are all in the same boat. Okay, you don't have to think like I'm giving the wrong answer, I am giving this kind of answer, everybody is going to laugh at me. If you are thinking like you don't have to think about it. We are on the same boat. And if you are still thinking like you're so much cautious about it, you can directly message me privately. Okay, so that's also a good thing. Okay, nested for loop. Good. Karan, that's a good answer. Okay. Anything else? Anybody? Rahul, Mohit, Mohan, Ibrahim, Bharti. Khadani's algorithm. Okay. How does the Khadani is going to work here? Abhishek? List. Clary, can you explain a little bit more, like how what do you mean by list? Okay, by searching by I know like by using loop and conditional statement, but this is a very generic statement. Can you tell me like how you are going to use the loop? Okay, Mohan, but yeah, little bit more explore. Like the one answer is given by the Karan, which is a nested for loop, which is I got it. Like we are going to use the two loop for loops, and then in the internal loop we can drive till k. Then we are going to these kind of answer. I'm hoping it can be anything. You don't have to worry. And Abhishek, can you explain me like how the Khadani's algorithm is going to work here? Ashwak. There were many members I can see. I won't answer from everyone. That is, then definitely it is going to be fun class. Yep. Okay. As per the index. And taking average and finally taking all average in arrays. Okay. Okay, it's a good answer. Very good. Any other else? Ravi, Sachin, Sahej, Sanjeev, Shri Harsha, Vamsi, Janab. I want answer from all of you. Aman, Akhil, Abhishek. I think everybody's sleeping, no? Everybody can hear me? Okay. Okay, Janab, okay. Okay, no problem, Janab, that's not a problem. Okay. Now let me give you the answer. Okay. So, okay, yeah, we can use the loop. Okay, Mohit, yeah. Okay. Mohit, how we are going to use the loop? How we are going to use the loop? Okay, just 2 minutes more. Now, then we will come to the things like how we can solve it optimizing. Anybody else? Anything? Can we use divide and concur? How can we use divide and concur here? Okay, so no, I think we can't here. But I think with the help of divide and conquer, we are going to use the recursion. Then, okay. No, more. I know like what is the looping is, but I want to use. I want to know like how you are going to use the loop. Okay. Kamalakaran, that's a good answer. That's a correct answer. Okay. Abhishek, that's good. Okay. We run loop from I to side -1. Then inner loop will, yeah. So that is not a Khadane's algorithm, no, Abhishek? Definitely, there is a nested approach. Okay. Now let's come to the. So all of you have. I think that, whoever is the answer, they are given the correct answer. We are going to use the nested for loops. And so, what is the time complexity of these approach? Nested for loop. Can you tell me what is the time complexity? Yeah, Abhishek, we can't apply the Khadanes here. Yeah. So, what is the time complexity? Mohan, Abhishek, O(n) square. Okay, good. Karan, good. Good, Clary. Okay, Rahul, NN. Okay, it's n square. Okay, Sachin, y of n. Y of n. Think again. We are using the two for loops, and it is either it is going to be and everybody who is saying the n square. Is it the correct approach? It is a correct. Okay, Kamal. Okay, so Kamal, Mohit again of n is not the correct answer. Mohan also of n square is also wrong. Okay, Karan. Now we are going to get the correct answer, n into k. So basically, okay. So Kamal Karan, I will going to give you the very basic idea right now because it is going to take I think the 2-hour class to tell you how to find the time complexity. But I am going to give you a very basic idea. So basically, how we are going to calculate time complexity. Like I told you in the beginning of the class, we are going to analyze the time complexity with the number of execution in the algorithm. Like when we try to write the code here, we are going to use the one for loop for every element. We are going to work with a k element. Number of times we are going to run the second loop for k times. So number of execution, it is going to come into n into k. Have you understood? Mohan, have you understood that? whoever is saying the n square and whoever Mohit and whoever is saying is the O of n. Have you understand like why it is going to be O of nk? Okay. Okay, Clary, let me give you the example. Okay, let me write the code. Let me share my screen. Okay, let me share my screen again. Let me give you the example. Okay, with the writing the code. Okay. Okay. So I hope everybody can see my screen. This is the text screen. Let me write the code. Okay. Suppose, okay, let me create the class and something like we have the class. We have to return the array. Suppose we are writing the return the array, and we have to return the subarray. Okay. Okay, and we are going to get the input the array, and we are going to get the int k. Okay, so basically now we are going, what we are going to do here, I'm going to write we are going to initialize some array. Okay, answer, and what is the size of the array here? Can you tell me what is the size of the array? Length of the array, it is going to be int n, which is array dot length, and we are going to n minus k plus 1. Okay, Ashfaq, actually, I think it is a lead code problem. But for giving you the, like, I think Kilari and many other members is not able to understand how the time complexity of O of nk. So I'm just writing the code for them. So I can give them the better understanding why it is going to be O of nk. Okay, so it is going to be take a 2 minutes. That's not a problem. Okay, so what we are going to do here, we are going to run over our array, and okay, now we are going to just return. Okay, and we are going to just return the number of k times and a plus j plus plus, and just it. That's it. We just have provided sum here. That's the main thing. We are going to provide a sum here, and we are going to calculate the sum again in array of j, and going to put it into the, what we can do, we can take the other array which is going to the kind of result, which is going to store the sum. So we are going to add the here result, and it is going to be the sum. Here we have to provide sum divided by k. Okay, and also after that we can add the result plus plus. Okay, now it is going to be the answer. Okay, so everybody has got it, this thing. So this loop for Clary, so what is going to happen, this is going to run the number of times, like how many number of times it is going to loop this run. This is going to run the number of n minus k times. Okay, and how much it is going to run, it is for every element it is going to run for k times. Okay, so when we are this is a nested loop for every ith element, it is going to run the kth element. So basically how we are going to find the time complexity, it is going to be O of n minus k into k. Okay, so this is the time complexity it is going to be happen. So it is kind of an O of nk is going to the bigger term, so we are going to ignore the k square here. Now we are going to get the O of nk is the answer. So everybody has understand it? Okay, Glenn. That's good. That's good. Okay. Now let me come to the optimized approach. Okay. Okay, so this is the pointed brute force approach, the time complexity of f nk, space complexity. What is the space complexity of this approach? What is the space complexity? Mohit, what is the space complexity? What is Kilari? What is the space complexity? Ashwat, what is the space complexity? I want answer from everyone. What is the space complexity of this approach? Space complexities of n into k. That's wrong. Constant. Okay. Vamshi, that's wrong. Rahul, that's correct. Okay. So I think this is also the confusing thing. Like why the O of n minus k is not a space complexity? We are using the extra array. Why it is not going to be counted as a space complexity? Because we have to return that answer. That algorithm is not going to take time. If we don't have to return the answer, we are not going to take that space. That is a compulsion we have to that's provided by the function. We don't have to provide. Like if that compulsion is not on us, we are not going to use the that array. So that's why we are not going to count the O of n minus k or as a that result operation or this result thing. We are not going to count as a time complexity of the space complexity. It's as a space complexity for us. Okay, Vamsi? Okay. Okay. So now let's learn like how can we do this question with the help of sliding window. Okay. So, okay. Okay. So suppose this is our array. Okay. We have this, how much amount of the array? We have the 1, 3, 2, 6, -1, 4, 1, 8, 2. These are the number of elements which is present in our array. And here we can say what is the k? K is going to be the same is the question. I think the k is going to be 5. Okay. We have the 5 number of elements. K is the 5. Okay. No. That's actually DSA is not going to use any language. If you want, I can write the language code in a C++ and a Python as well. But the DSA is not. You are not going to learn only the Java. You are going to learn. That's depend up to your preference as well. And maybe the Geekster member also going to help you, like which language you want. But DSA is not going to be dependent on Java. DSA is always like I told you, it is all the algorithm. Algorithm doesn't any related to a specific language. There is definitely the syntax. The languages only provide the syntax, how to write the algorithm. But algorithm is not dependent on language. It can be, you can write in anything. Even if you want to write in a machine language, if you know how to write the machine coding language, you can also do that. Okay. Like how we can do the machine coding language, and machine coding language is also fun. You can try to write some program for fun if you are having free, and if you want to mind like how the machine is going to be do that, how our ISPs and the internal resources is going to do that. You can also do that. So it is going to definitely fun. Like if you're going to see like how our compiler is going to turn to our code into machine coding language. Okay. That's a different thing. Okay, now come to the question. So basically, suppose we have the array 1, 3, 2, 6, -1, 4, 1, 8, 2, and the size of the k is 5. Okay. So first, what we are going to do, we are only going to focus on the first 5 elements, which is 1, 3, 2, 6, -1. Okay. Till now, everybody has clear. So first, we are only going to take our focus on the first 5 elements. Okay. We are going to take the sum. Okay. Is I am audible? You can also say no. Yeah. Okay. Mohan. Okay. Yeah, Janam. Okay. So basically, we are going to focus on the first 5 elements. Okay. Okay. So basically, so we are going to always focus on the first 5 elements. Okay, now we have to identify the problem. Okay, now this is also a trick. When we are trying to find out the optimized approach, always think like a way, like what we are repeating. Like suppose we are doing anything and we can optimize it. Suppose if you are okay, let's take an example. If you are taking a tea. Okay, so you just don't have to take that tea. Like what you are going to do, you can for that scenario, like you can take your maybe that machines we have come, we just have to provide that the ingredients they are going to make us a tea. Okay, so in that scenario, what we are doing, like we are saving our time, we are also saving our repetition time. So in this time, like when we are running any algorithm, when we trying to optimize it, always trying like what we are doing the repeating things. Okay, suppose for this algorithm, what we are doing to do, first we are taking the sum of 1, 3, 2, 6 minus 1. Now for the next sum, for the next set of 5 problems, what we are doing, we are taking the sum of 3, 2, 6 minus 1 and 4. So what is the common part here? What is the common number of elements? We are actually calculating the sum again. It is 3, 2, 6 minus 1. Till now it is correct? Has everybody understand this till now? Okay. Okay, good. So okay, so now we have to think how can we don't have to, how we have to think, we have to think in a way like we don't have to calculate this sum again. If we can save our this saving calculation time, we just that's it. We just have to get our answer. We have identified the problem. First of all, what we have done, we have take the problem, we first understand the problem, we first take an example. We first take an example, then with the help of that, we have given the brute force approach, which is the first thing that comes into the mind. Okay. Now, when we give us the brute force approach, now we have to identify the what is the problem with that brute force approach. And right now we have find out the problems. Like this is a common element, and it is going to be repeat for the every for n number of iteration. Okay. So these four number of these four number, it is going to become for 2 times. Has everybody understanding this? Okay, good. Now what we have to do, we just have to find out a way we can store this sum. Okay, we can just store this sum. Then we are going to just store it and use it for the next thing. Okay, now the sliding windows comes into picture. Okay, so what we are going to do, we are going to store the sum of this first 5 elements. What we can do easily? Can we do it easily? Okay. Now what we have to do? Okay. Suppose you have, if I am going to throw you 5, suppose if you have the bucket and you have the bucket and in that bucket is like a cube. I am throwing a ball at you and you have to just catch that ball and put it in your bucket. Okay. When I have thrown you first ball, you are going to catch that ball and put into your bucket. When I put throw a second, okay, I think somebody has raised the hand. Just a minute. Okay, I think that's my mistake. Okay, if anybody has any question, you can put it into the chat. We can discuss on that. Okay. So where we are? So suppose I have throws a 5 balls. Now your bucket is full. Okay. Now I'm going to, when I'm going to throw you 6 balls, what you're going to do? First of all, you have to remove the 1 ball from the bucket and then you have the space of the next ball. Have you understand this? Mohit, Janab, Mohan, Harsha, good. So basically now the same thing we are going to do. So this is kind of a bucket. This is going to kind of a bucket. Okay. Now when we are trying to add the 1 element, we have to remove definitely 1 element because bucket size is not going to be increased. It is going to be 5. Okay. So what we are going to do, we are going to increase the 4 and we are going to delete the 1. We are going to throw out the 1 from our bucket. Has anybody have this have question in this approach? Has anybody have question? Okay. Okay. Good. Okay. Now, so this is the thing, just a thing like we have to think, and now the time complexity is reduced to O of n. Okay, we have reduced the time complexity drastically, even without increasing the space. Has everybody understand it? Should I write the code for this? Okay, should I write the code for this or you can do the coding? Okay, let me write the code. Okay, let me write the code. Okay, so this is a time complexity. Let me write it here only. So it is going to be again here, and we are going to the return. Just a minute. Let me open your chats. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So if you anybody has question, you can ask me in between also. Okay. So what we are going to do, we are going to do the int k. It is going to be sum, and we are going to the taking the int n as a length. Okay. And we are going to take the double size because it is we are going to store it in a float or double. That's up to you. Okay, so we can like in Java it is have double and also float as well, but for other language the float and the Python and there's other things, so we can do that also. Okay, so we are going to again double, and the size is going to remain the same. Okay, so now what we have to do, you have to tell me like what I have to do. This is going to the same thing, but what I have to do here, you have to tell me. Okay, so let me write the code. It is going to take time. We don't have much time. If I have the class, then definitely we can discuss it much more. That's not a problem. Windows start. We are going to add that's in Windows start. We are going to take the window n, which is going to be the again n minus k. Okay, and now what we have to do, we are going to. So till now you have understood that we are going to take the window sum, which was because we are considering the bucket as a bucket sum, and we have the start of the things, we have the end of the things. So, okay, so in this manner we are going to do this. Okay, and now we are going to have the. Okay, so now in this fashion we are going to have the three things: window sum. Because we have to calculate the sum of the every window. Every window, then we are going to take the loop. Okay, so like window start we are going to take, and it is going to window start is going to be less than window end, and window start. Till now everybody has understand this till now. Is there anybody has any question? Just okay, now what we have to do, window sum, we just have to calculate the window sum. Now we have to take the window start. Okay, till now it's good. We are doing the same thing right now. We are taking the sum, we have taken the sum here, we are taking the now we have put the value here. Okay, now there is only the one condition is going to come, which is going to be the window sum. Okay. Oh, sorry. That's a window. Sorry. Yeah. Why the window plus plus? Why are you using, sir? Not getting it. Which one? At which line? Can you, Rika? Can you tell me which line you are facing? (33). Okay. Okay. So it is a window start, no? Basically, what we are trying to do. Okay. Okay. Got it. That's my mistake. Let me just my mistake. Okay, just a minute. That's my mistake. We are actually doing the window start, and we are doing the window end both. We have to do the both things. That's my mistake. Correct. That's one thing. We have to do the window end here. Okay, so we are providing the window end here, and we are going to provide the window end till n minus k. Okay, and we are going to put the window end. Correct. That's a good catch. That's my mistake. Okay. Now what we have to do? Now we are getting the window start and window end. Yeah. Just a minute. We are actually doing the correct thing. We are window start and window end. We are doing this thing, and I think we just have to put this and window at correct thing and window end. Okay, so this is the way. And now if our window end is greater than k. Okay, now what we have to do, we have to take the answer. Okay, we have to take the answer, and we have to provide the we can do the window start. Okay, and in that window start, what I have to do, I have to do the window sum, divide by k, and what I have to do, I have to subtract the sum from the window start. Okay, so what we are going to do, we are going to window sum, subtract sum, and we are going to do the array window sum, window start. Okay, now we are going to just increase the window start. Okay, so has everybody understand this question now? With the help of pattern, with the help of sliding window. Yeah. Thanks a lot, Rekha. That's my bad. Okay. Yeah. Mohit, have you got it? Janab, that's cool. Yeah. Harsha, have you got it? Karan. So what is the time complexity of this approach? So what is the time complexity of this approach? Oh, okay. It's a 3. Okay. I think that's my bad. Sorry. Yeah. Okay. So what is the time complexity, Iti? Linear. Okay, good. What is the time complexity? Rahul has given the correct answer. What is the space complexity as well? Tell me both of the things together. Rahul, constant y. Okay, the space complexity is constant. Okay. Anybody else? Is Rahul is going to understand only? Is Rahul has only understand this question? Iti, Mohit, Karan. Okay, so I am asking what is the time complexity and space complexity of this approach? Okay, so Karan, actually I have already told this, like for this kind of questions, because it is a compulsion on us, on our algorithm, like we have to provide the answer in array. It is not a compulsion of algorithm, like we have to use the array. If it is not compulsion on us, we are not going to use the array. So definitely that array is not going to count as a space complexity. We are just using it as a result. Okay, so Sachin, what is the O of n? Iti, why space complexity is O of n? Why? Why it is a space complexity is O of n? Guys, I'm telling you again and again, when it is a compulsion on the question, we have to return in an output, in a answer, in an array. If it is not a compulsion, suppose if just like it, we have to print the answer. Is we need an array? If suppose if we have to only print the answer, is then in that case is we need this array, this answer array is we need, like is we have to provide this. This is a compulsion for algorithm. This is a compulsion of question. You have to identify that. Then you have to provide the space complexity. Iti, have you understand it? Sachin, have you understand it? So Iti and Sachin, what is the time complexity? Okay. For each element, there will be the fixed number. Yeah. But we are reusing that. No, we are not using like a kind of an O of n for the storage. That number of variables is needed. And how many variables are we are using? We are not taking the variables for every element. No. If we are so okay. Let me write one thing. Okay, let me also do this thing. I don't need this array. Okay. what I'm going to do, I am just going to print this. Okay, so suppose let me write in a Java only. Okay, I am going to only print this. Okay, now is we need now what is the time complexity of this approach? Is we need an array here? Now the still the time complexity of when it is Sachin, Mohit, Vamshi has given the correct answer. Karan understood the problem. Okay, so we have to identify what is the compulsion on the question, what is the compulsion on the algorithm. If it is a compulsion of the algorithm, like we have to use that array, then it is definitely count as the space complexity. If it is not a compulsion on the algorithm, then we are not going to count it as a space complexity. This is a very, very big thing because people generally do this kind of mistake in an interview. Okay, and if you are saying kind of a space complexity, then always specify that like we are using the space complexity of n because we are for storing the result. Also specify this. So interview is not in a way is not in a dilemma like is it he's saying that wrong complexity or it is because of the answer. Okay, so everybody has understand this. Linear with order n. What is that, Iti? And Sachin, have you understand this? Harsha, Sanjeev, Sahej. Okay, okay, good. Okay, good. Rahul already understand. Mohit, Mohan, Karan, I think yeah, Karan has already understand it. It's good. Kajol. Okay, now let's go to the next topic because we are short of time here. Let's move to the. Okay. Okay. So now this is a second question, which is kind of a similar type. So I want all of you to give me the correct answer. So what is the question here? We have the we have the array of the positive numbers, and the positive numbers and a positive number we have given the k size. Okay, so basically we have to find the maximum sum. So in the previous question we are finding out the average. Here we are finding out the maximum sum. Just quickly, just give us the two loops in the chat. I just all of you want to write the code in the chat. Just quickly do it. That's only the for loop thing. I just want all of you to write that. If you have understand it properly, you are definitely going to write it in a 2-3 minutes. Quickly, Iti, Harsha, Mohit, Sachin, Vamshi. I want to answer. Rahul, Janab, Kajol. Yeah, okay. Okay, good. I want the sliding window approach, not that brute force. Brute force is going to do it. Yeah, I know. Everybody, all of you can do it easily. I want the sliding window approach because that's then how I'm going to understand. Like you are already understand the problem or not, or you are just saying yes, sir, yes, sir. Okay. I think, yeah, should I? Yeah. Then that's okay. Okay, and minus k, j, and can you also write like we are going to use as a I, and how we are going to use the k, like the complete for loop, no? Complete for loop. I was asking for the complete for loop, complete logic, because it is similar to the previous one. If you have understand the previous one, then it is going to be the piece of the cake work, piece of cake. Okay, good, Rahul. Good, very good. Name of the variables is also matter. Sometimes in an interview, suppose there is a one candidate who is equally potentials have equal to you, then in that case we are what we are going to see, like how they have write the code. In that case, that matters, like how clean your how code is your clean, and how space you have optimized, how the variables name, these things is going to matter. So always has a habit to write the correct variables name. Okay. Okay, Mohan, it's good. It's good. Very good. Rahul, it's good. So Mohan has given the correct answer. So where is Janab? Where is Harsha? Where is Iti? Where is Sachin? Where is Abhishek? Akhil? Akhil, Akshay? I'm not getting answer from all of you guys. Why? Rahul Prashant, Rahul Kumar, Monis. Two more minutes. Only 2 more minutes. Quickly, guys, quickly. Rahul, have you understood it, like why the window sum of array I minus array of I minus k we have done, and from where it is coming? Okay, good, very good, very good. So I have got the two correct answer. I'm waiting for more. Okay, T, it's good. Variable names is good. So Mohan, Rahul, and it is doing. What about others? Karan, Mohit, Harsha. Okay. So Rahul has given the format. But Rahul, I want to answer, no? So I think you are using some internal um, function. Okay, let me write this. I think it is better to write me again. Okay. So let me write it again. Or should I change it in this way? Okay, let me change it. Let me change it in a. Let me write the new code. Okay. So basically, what we are going to do, we are just have to given the. So what is the? Okay, just a minute. So we just have to return the maximum answer. Okay. So we just return the maximum answer. Return maximum sum. Maximum sum of subarray. Okay. We are going to get int k. Now again we are going to calculate the int length, dot length, and int window sum, window start. Okay, and window end. Okay. Now what we are going to do? We just have to find the maximum sum also. So maximum sum, we need one more variable. Okay. And in this case, we are going to take the window start, which is going to start with a 0 again. We have already initialized it. And then window end. Okay, so window end is less than n minus k, and window end plus plus. Okay, now what we are going to do? We are going to do the window sum and array, and window end. Okay, if window end is greater than k, then what we are going to do? We are going to get the maximum sum. Okay, maximum sum and window sum. Okay, now what we have to do? We have to subtract. We have to just move forward. So what we have to do? We have to subtract the sum of the window start. Okay, so this is going to the window starts, and window start is going to, we just going to increment it. Just we are going to return the maximum sum. Okay, so have everybody else understand this logic? Okay, T. And about Rahul, Sachin, Mohit, have you understand this logic? Okay, good. Let's move forward. So what is the time complexity of this approach? And what is the space complexity? What is the time complexity? Okay, what is the time complexity? And what is the space complexity specifically? I think time complexity all of you can calculate. What is the space complexity? Come on, guys. What is the space complexity? Okay. Good, Rahul. Good, Karan. Mohan, why n again? Space complexity. I'm asking the space complexity only. Why n? What we are doing here n times for the space? What we are storing? Even we don't have the answer here. Okay, so you are telling the time complexity. Okay, let's move forward. Okay. 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 Okay, so this is the approach how we are going to do this. So this is a kind of visualization I put, like if somebody is not able to understand, but I think most of you don't need this. Okay, so let's move forward. Okay, good morning, good Mohit, good morning, very good. Okay, so right now let's take the photo of this because actually we are the sort of time here. So what you can do, you can take the notes of this question, try this at home. I want to do this I want to do this question in this class, but I think we don't have the time because I also discuss the second pattern as well. So this is also an important question. Let's take a photo of this question and this example. I think you can connect or everybody else, you can connect with the Geekster for the getting the recording. So you can also rewatch it if you don't understand it. Okay. And I will also share the PPT. I think reach out to the Geekster. I think they will provide the link here. Okay. So this is also I have put a bit, but this is a very important question. I got this question in a Amazon interview, and also I will also give you a set of the questions. Yes, I think yeah. So yeah, you got the link. Okay, so this is I also have put the visualization here. So if anybody is not able to understand, you can pause it and try to understand the question. But yes, it is the same question. It is a very important question. If you are able to do this, I am also going to give you 3 to 4 more questions. If you are if you are able to code this, I think Sachin, you don't like the YouTube channel. I can say like there are many YouTube channels, but I'm not going to suggest you any YouTube channel because the content on the YouTube channel is not in a segregated manner. So that's why it is going to be very difficult for any fresher or for anybody else to do the questions from the YouTube because you doesn't know like from where to start, like from where I can get help if I am not able to understand. So this is kind of difficulty when freshers feel, then they are going to leave it. Correct. So for that's why I think that's why you can also visit the Geekster. They are also providing the same thing. So even they're also so that's why I was always suggest go to some websites. They are going to definitely provide you very good content. They are also going to provide like I can definitely search for the Geekster. Like they are also going to provide the help. Like suppose if you stuck with some kind of a question, if you are not able to understand, if you have write the answer, if you are not able to understand like why it is running, sometime it is going to happen with you. Like suppose if you are using the recursion, right now we have not I have not pick up any recursion topic because when I was fresher, when I was in first year of my college, I was using the recursion as a YouTube channel. Like I was trying to find any YouTube channel for the recursion. I'm not able to understand. I'm not able to get anything. Okay. So for the recursion, and recursion is a base for the trees, graph, and DP, and all other topics. So recursions concept, recursions is like what I can say, it is like a neve. So it is like a base of the building. If that base is very strong, if you are able to visualize it without copy and pen, then you can do any question. It can be try, it can be it can be any graph question, it can be any complex problem. Okay, so suppose like I have given one Samsung interview, and the Samsung is like, let me tell you what is happening in the Samsung interview. They are going to give you the 3 hours for one single question, and they are I have attended around, I have able to solve all the 2 problems of 6 hours, and they are slowly based on the only on recursions. Okay, so that's why I always feel like don't go these random YouTube channels. Definitely you can refer for some 2-3 questions or some basic topic, but always go to the websites because they are going to charge you, but they are going to provide the what I can say, the quality content, and that quality content is definitely worth it. Okay. And okay, so now this is a question. I think you have already taken the photos. So this is a really important question. Now these are the some question. Try to find out in the internet with these names. when you are able to write the questions with these names, you are going to get the problem statement. Okay, so these are the problems you have to practice. Only these problems. Then you don't have to touch. You don't have to touch any other question for the pattern, for the sliding window. Okay, and you are able to. I can assure you, you can able to solve any question on sliding window if you are able to solve all these 6 to 7 questions. You don't have to go there. You are able to identify pattern quickly. You just able to like with a single click you are able to find that pattern. After that, you just have to apply the logic. And the logic, I told you, this is again to the same for loop, and definitely the minimum with the minimum optimization and the minimum tweaks and tricks. Then definitely, but these are the main thing. So take a photo of this. Okay, it's good. Now come to our second topic, which is also a good thing. And let me tell you, these are the longest substring with the same letter after replacement. This question is I have got in the Amazon, so that's why I put it here. And even when I was in Oracle, I was going to get the same question of the fruits into the basket. So okay, the spelling is wrong here. Okay, so these are the questions which is going to be asked you. Even the frequency of the companies, the questions of frequency is very high. Okay, even I have seen the lead code, the question on the lead code, the frequencies of the companies, like even the Razor Pay and Paytm, and all these companies are also asking this kind of question. So pattern matching, so this sliding window is very popular between the company. Okay, so what we have to do, we have to find out the solution in a very optimal time. Okay, basically, what is the company is going to looking at you? They are going to ask you the 2 questions at a time. Even if you are going to take the interview at Google, they are going to ask you only there. Even the interview is going to come, and they ask you directly, like you have to solve the 1 or 2 questions in a 45 minutes or 50 minutes. If you are able to do so, you can go to the next round. If you're not, then maybe you can try next time. Okay, so we have to identify the patterns. We have to provide the solution, working solution. Okay, now let's move to the next topic. Okay, so we are going to do the one question right now, because I also have to give you some good tricks after that at the of the session, because you guys are at the starting phase of the DSA. So I just want you to give around 5 to 10 minutes on that topic as well. Okay, so this is the question. So we have the sorted array. Okay, sorted numbers of an array, and we have the target sum. So basically, we have to find the pair. Basically, sum is going to be creating the number of 2 elements. Okay, it can be created the number of n elements, but we have to find the pair whose sum is equal to the given target. Okay. So let me tell you. So what is the approach we can going to do? Anybody wants to speak? I can allow. They can raise their hand. If anybody wants to discuss this verbally, I can allow them to speak. We can discuss this. Anyone? Harsha, Sachin, Mohit. Brute force Karan, okay. Binary search, okay. Good. So what is the time complexity of this? Y n log n. Okay, so basically you are searching, but for every element you are going to search. Okay. So are you sure this is going to be n log n? Okay. Yeah, think about it. So what are the other teams like Iti, Sachin, Mohit, Rahul? Come on, guys, give me answers. This is a very simple question. Yeah. Vamshi, Janab. Akshay, Akhil, Anjali. Sanjeev, Harsha, let me see. What is the brute force approach? Add values. Okay, good, good. Jen, that's a good answer. What is the time complexity of this? Okay. And Rahul, how you are going to do that looping? Can you also tell me? But and also you are actually looking for the continuous array. It is not this is not a necessary condition. Like it is going to be the continuous array. It can be the any random elements as well. Okay, Jen, it is open, correct? So what is the space complexity of that approach as well? Can you tell me? Space is constant, but you are adding the value to the hash map. So how it is going to be constant? Karan, have you got it? The time complexity, it will be often, correct, in the worst case. But okay, yeah, in the worst case, yeah, you can say that. Iti, yeah, correct, that's good. Jen, now think about with the help of without taking any extra space, think about in that manner. And Rahul, can you give me like that's actually the wrong answer, Rahul. It is not going to work for every case. Iti of n for, can you also tell me your approach, Iti? Yeah, that's you have to think. Correct, Jen. Think about it. Jen, like why if it is given sorted, can you think? Can you do something with like? Can you use that sorting thing? Okay, let's. I think let me give you some hints. Okay, so as the question is saying, it is a sorted array, and like the Jen and also the, I can say the current are also giving the correct answer. But can we use some kind of the sorting technique here? Although Karan has used the binary search for the sorting thing, but the time complexity is going to be n log n, so the Karan is going to be n log n. That's a correct thing. So you have to be confident when you are saying saying something. Okay, okay. So yeah, let's move forward. So what should be the use of that sorting thing? Okay, we can use the pointer. Okay, this is a 2-pointer approach. Suppose this is an array 1 2 3 4 5 6 1 2 3 4 6, and we have to target some 6. Okay, so what we are going to do, we are going to take the 2 pointers, which is going to point at 1, and which is going to point at the first point, and which is going to point at the second point. Okay, now we are going to take the sum of these, which is going to be 7. Now 7 is basically greater than the our 6. So what we have to do, think about it, is we have to increase the first pointer, or is we have to decrease the second pointer? Think logically. Guys? Got it, Jen? Okay. So other. Why decrease second pointer, Janab? Janab, can you tell me what is the reason? Why not first? Can we increase the first pointer? Why we are decreasing the second pointer? Okay. Let me tell you the question again. Okay. So basically, question is saying we have the sorted array and we have the target sum. We have to find out the pair whose sum is equal to the target. Has everybody understand the question now? Okay, good. That's good. That's a good thing. Yeah. Correct, Jen. So now, everybody is understanding like the why we are decreasing the pointer 2, because if we are going to increase the pointer 1, since our sum 1 plus 6 is already greater than, and if we are increase the pointer to 2, it is not going to help us. We want to find out the sum which is less than which is equal to our sum. Okay, so we have to we are definitely have to go we just have to go that increase the sum, like we are doing in a binary search. We are going to decrease our decrease our sum. If we are going to increase our pointer 1, then it is going to increase our sum. Why? Because this array is sorted. Has everybody got it? If we are going to increase the pointer 1, then it is going to increase the sum. Why? Because this array is sorted. That's why we have to decrease our pointer 2. Has everybody got it? Good. Okay. Now what we are going to do? Now we have decreased the pointer to 2. Now the sum is 5. Now the target sum is less than this. Now we have to increase the sum. So what we are going to do? We are going to increase the pointer 1. We are going to increase the pointer by 1. Okay. Now we are going to check what is the sum of that? That 2 plus 4 is equal to 6. Then we are going to get the answer. That's it. So what is it? What is going to be the time complexity of this question? If you are going to answer this in the 2-pointer fashion, what is going to time complexity? Okay. How many of you not understand this question? Okay, Karan, that's correct. How many of you not able to understand this question? Okay, let me repeat it. So basically, So basically, what we have to find out? We have to find out the target sum with the help of in the sorted array, and the sum is going to contain the 2 pairs, contain the 1 pair. Okay. So basically, what is going to happen? We have the sorted array like 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 6. This is a sorted array. What we are going to do? We are going to take the 2 pointers, which is going to be pointed at the first index, which is going to be pointed at the last index. When we have the 2 pointers, pointer 1 and the pointer 2, then what is going to happen? We are going to take the sum. 1 plus 6 is greater than target sum. Target sum is 6. If it is greater than this, then what we have to do? We have to reach our sum. If we are going to increase the pointer 1, then it is going to increase the sum, because why? It is our array is sorted. If we are increasing the pointer 1, we are actually moving towards the more number of elements, like the answer towards the greater than the sum. Okay, so that's why I have decreased the pointer 2. So it is going to decrease the sum. Now 1 plus 4 is going to 5, and now the target sum is less than 5 is less than 6. Then we are going to increase the pointer 1. That's it. Have you understand it now? Okay, so now what is the time complexity? Karan, that's correct. What is the time complexity, Jen, of this? Correct. What is the time complexity, Janab? Can you tell me? Time complexity, Rahul, correct. Rahul Chauhan, correct. Correct. And okay, let's move to the next. Okay. So this is going to be the last question. Okay. So basically we have the one sorted array. We have to create a new array containing the square of all numbers of input array in sorted array order. Oh, I think we are short of time. We can't actually do this right now. Okay. So can everybody take this as a question as a screenshot as well? This is also a good question. This is also going to the based on the two approach thing. But there's a trick here. We have to find out the sum. We have to find out the sum in the sorted order. So the array is also sorted, but when we are going to do the square, like in this case, like the square of 2 is 4, square of 1 is 1, square of 0 is 0, square of 2 is 4, and square of 3 is 9. Then what we have to do, we have to sort it out in a 0, 1, 4, 4, 9. Correct. So this, yeah, so you have to find the logic, correct? Okay, so Rahul, what you have done? Okay, array square. Okay, so you have used the a square minus b square, and how it is going to help us that. So you are saying, what is the a and what is the b here, Rahul? Okay, so you have added the comparison. Okay, got it. So you have the comparator, and okay. So actually, Rahul, that's the correct approach. But the time complexity in that case, what you are doing actually, you are actually doing the square, then using the sorting algorithm to sort it out. So the time complexity of this going to be n log n. Correct, Rahul Chauhan? So can you optimize it further? Try not to use that sorting, like internal sorting. Yep. Let's think about it. Let's think about it for the 2 minutes. This is a really good question. This is a tricky one. But yes, this is based on the two-pointer approach. So has anybody got it? Like any, you can write it. I always encourage people to think loud. Okay. So if you are thinking, you can write it in chat. You can write it in privately to me. So I can write. I can look what you are thinking. If there is something wrong, I can also correct you. Like in which direction you are going wrong. So you can write it here, like what you are thinking, like how you are going to solve it. Has anybody got it? Karan, Iti, I think you can connect with me on LinkedIn. I will paste my LinkedIn ID here. So all of you can connect with me on LinkedIn. So yeah. So has anybody got the answer? Anybody? Jen, Rahul, Karan. Okay, let me give it. Okay, Jen, what is given? 1 pointer start, 1 pointer and compare a and star. Then again, Jen, it is not going to help. First of all, the square element, then it is sorted out. Then Rahul Chan, then again it is going to help again. Hold on, not completed. Okay, Jen. Okay. Yeah. Okay, I think I have to move forward because we don't have time. Okay. Okay, so the pointer approach, what 2 pointers we have to going to do? We are going to put the pointers at the middle point, at the middle of the array. So this is the only thing we have to think. Now what we are going to do? We are going to put the pointers at -1 and 0. Okay. Now we just have to find out whose square is bigger. So that's a trick only. This is the only trick. That's you have to find out from where it is going to start. The 2 pointers from where it is going to start. Okay, so you can take the screenshot of all these questions as well. So these are also and try. Okay. Okay. So Karan, what you are saying? The first negative number. So I think you are referring to some on this. Yeah. So basically, what we are going to do, we are going to take take the 2 pointers in this manner, like it is a -1 and 0. We are going to on the middle of that, and on the middle and -1 of that, and after that we are going to take we are going to try to find out the sum. So try it out. Even right now, it is not going to give the correct answer. Try it out, like from at which position middle it is going to be the correct answer. Think about it. If it is not contain negative number, then what is going to happen? Okay, so try it out. Try this question and take the screenshot of these questions. These are the important questions. Google it out and practice it. These are I think that's all from the these two patterns from the slide. One sliding window. Another is another is a 2-pointer approach. But yes, there are others. I think there are 16 more approaches, which is going to help you. With the help of this, we don't have to do much more practice, like to identify these patterns. So if you want to identify this pattern, we can directly practice on these patterns. Then this is going to help us to save time. Although I'm not in a favor of the any kind of a short road. Okay. Just a minute, before ending its session, I just want to give you some points. Yeah, Karan, that's correct. Correct. Good, very good. So now let's discuss something which I have actually learned and I have seen in many beginners, which the things which they do as a wrong thing. Okay, so these are the cycle. I think this we have to follow, and this is definitely going to help you a lot. So basically, let's start with a one by one. There are the 5 steps for me. Like I have actually segregated it 5 steps to improve our data structure and the algorithm skills. And I think it is very, very effective. If you are going to use this, then you are going to be very good, I can say, athlete in the data structure. Okay. So first point is understanding depth versus breadth. Okay. So basically, you all know, we all have the one friend who has solved around 500 coding problems. Okay. I think all of you have know that friend is always floating that I have solved 500 problems in the lead code, in this and in that. So they love to wear it as like a badge of the honor. Okay. But when it comes to the interview, it is like they are going to fail miserably. Okay. And this is a very common scenario. Even some of my friends who has done the same thing, and they are still failing in a many interview. And if you are going to go to their lead code profile, they have many like around 60-20, and they have also shared on the profile there on LinkedIn. Like I have solved these many of questions. I have the streak of the 30 days, 60 days, even 90 days, even for the whole 1 year. But still, they are not, when coming to the interviews, when they have to find the logical, they are fail miserably. So what is the difference here? Like why they are failing? It is not like they are not hardworking. They are hardworking, but why it is the thing which is the main thing they are failing. I think it is a breadth only. Okay, so what is happening? So they are focusing only on a many problems. This is a breadth first approach. Like this is a breadth only approach. So basically, we don't build any strong foundation interviews. So basically, the interview required deep foundation, deep problem solving knowledge. Okay, ability to code fast and ability to code it accurately. We don't have to be provided like this. We don't have to provide in a way like we just giving to the social problem in a what is the algorithm manner. Sometimes interview is going to ask you in some coding language. If you want to have any preferred coding language, then you have to be this problem should be the compiler fee, and this going to be happen when you are going to have the deeper knowledge of that language and as well as the DSA. Okay, so so basically we can only develop these skills with a focus preparation. So basically I can say, how can you solve this problem? I can say like focus on the problem, not more. Okay, focus on less problem, not more problems. So basically suppose if you have to focus on 500 problems or you have to focus on 100 problems, which is an easy thing. Obviously a focus on 100 problems is going to be easy than the focus on 5 on the 500 problems. Okay, so I can say focus on the 100 problem only. So here is the key. You want to learn them in a depth. So basically you can code it quickly. If you are focused on the 100 problems, you can code it in a correct syntax. You know the data structure, you know how to implement it. Basically you can also write, when you're focused on the 100 problems, your mind is not going to be focused like I have to be like somebody else who has done the 500 problems. I have a self doubt. So you don't have to put the self doubt on yourself. Try to put focus on the depth of the knowledge. Okay, now after that, when you are getting the depth of the knowledge, depth of the questions, then you are able to identify the patterns, then you can move to the next thing. Okay, now starting the depth first approach, make the list of and make the list of the core questions. Okay, identify the list of 100 core problems. Many sites give you the 100 curated problems. Okay, and so I also have the refer to 2 books which I have read in my college days, which is the Element of Programming interview and the Cracking the coding interview. But I think these reading the books, which I have found out, reading the books is going to take you more time. If you have somebody, or if you have some kind of a person, or if you have some kind of an video tutorial, then with the help of notes and with the help of that video understanding, you can get the same amount of knowledge in a half time, which I have I have feel this personally when I was reading the books for any kind of language. Like when I want to learn about the memory in a heap or memory in a Python, I was generally, my behavior was that try to get the knowledge from this book. I generally get this kind of books. If you see my I will show you my library. There's a lot of books and which I have read. So this was my first approach. But what I have find out, the same amount of knowledge you can get with the help of tutorials, if you have the right kind of tutorial and in the less amount of time. Okay, so try to get the right amount of questions and get the right amount of knowledge in a correct manner. Okay, don't be in too hurry and don't be too slow as well. Okay, like the book, I think the book reading is going to be too slow, but yes, it is also going to be give you some kind of characteristic skills which I think the people are lagging due to the social media, which is the focus skills. Like if you're reading the book, you have to be still, you have to be focused on the words, you have to focus on the trying to understand the power and try to understand the concept. Okay, so I think that's also a good thing. Okay, and I can master each and every data structure. I think this heading is enough for everyone else. Like we don't have to skip anything. Like I was like, there is my cousin who is junior. He was not able to understand the data structure properly, but he was trying to solve the question DP. Okay, and he doesn't know about the recursion concept much. And same as many people I have think like they are going to learn the machine learning without knowledge the basic concept of mathematics, basic concept of the I can say that programming language is also important in the algorithms in the data science and machine learning algorithms, because these are the basic foundation. On the basic of that, you are going to learn the statistical knowledge and the mathematical knowledge, and after that you are going to get into the data science and the machine learning language. So always clear your basic systems. So master, I can say master each and every data structure, and I can say space repetition. Okay, so this is a very important concept. Okay, why it is a space repetition is an important concept. Suppose if you have learned this pattern today, and if you are going, I am going to ask you the same question, the easy question, or the first question which I have asked you to write you all down. That question I asked you to write it around after 2 weeks, and you do nothing in that, then I'm 110% sure you are going to forget that question. Okay, if you are not definitely if you have like a printing memory, like the copy like the click memory, the camera memory, you are definitely going to forget that. Okay, so for that the space repetition is really important. So like how I practice this. So generally what I have done, I generally bookmark all the questions, and I put the link in our Excel sheet, and put the date, what is the last time I have revised, and I will also put the that time which I am going to revise it again. Okay, so I'm going to put, like, for the first time it is going to be 1 week, for the second time it is going to be 1.5 months. So in this manner you are going to be, in a way, like, you are going to understand the logic correctly, because when you are going to do the questions again and again, you are identify the more things in depth, and in the mean fashion you have already done some questions. Now your understanding is going to be next level. Okay, and like, also, you know that I think you already know that what is the eighth wonder of the world. Okay, so can you tell me what is the eighth wonder of the world? I think it is a compound interest. Okay, so compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world. So compound interest is not only working in the terms of money, it is also work in the terms of memory, in the terms of your skills, in the terms of your knowledge. When you learn something, like if you run one step each day for the learning, you think like, I am not learning anything. It is like very slow paced learning. But when you learn daily, when you learn on time, or when you learn like consistently, so then this knowledge is going to be multiplied as well, and in the terms of exponential, like the like when we terms of like when the in the terms of compounding the money, like if you we all know who is the king of the compounding. It is our who is it? Can you tell me in the terms of compounding? Can it be tell me? Okay, so our rich person, I like Google it out, who is the compounding king, you will get to know. So that person has get it wealth, and you will be surprised that his wealth is increased in last 1 or 2 years or 3 year maximum. Okay, so that's how is the compounding is work, and this is also worked with the knowledge as well. Okay, so always try to learn things at a slow pace as well. But when you are going to learn this, then your skills, your knowledge is going to be learned exponentially. Okay, so this is the things I think which I want to discuss with all of you. So thanks a lot, guys. You are really a great audience. Thanks a lot.